I know who it was. Where is Goofy Dope dripping all this pink? 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 Man, there's paint everywhere. It's all over the place.
One of my favorite parts about my job is that I get to experiment and pretty much just be myself. I get directions from the clients and an essential idea of what they want, and initially they hire you for you, so that you just kind of get to explore your imaginations and just kind of like go all out and just have fun, you know? Or every time you do a job, you want to always remind yourself to just have fun and just do that first.
Who's gonna clean it? Ah, dang, Goofy Duck again.
Depending on what your career is, whether it's graphic design, or just doing art independently for yourself, it just depends where you're at. Because like me, there was phases of where I had to do it for work, and then it became kind of boring and the same, and I had to like spritz it up and make my job fun again. So you always want to do stuff for fun. When you do and pick projects, you for sure always want to just do something you enjoy doing, because you're going to be doing it for a long time, and you just want to make sure it feels like you're in the right career, and you won't even know it until you're doing it. So don't even worry about doing stuff. It's just learn as much as possible now and just have fun doing stuff, and enjoy the process, enjoy the struggles and the times you get upset and you feel like you can't achieve something. Just go for broke and just have fun, you know? As long as you're having fun, then it's almost a paid experience to do your career.
Pretty easy, huh?
Biggest obstacles are usually you know? Like when you do projects, you feel like you look at stuff and you just can't tell if it's good or not, and it's always like you're battling yourself. Like it's a video game and you fight you, and it's just you start to self-doubt and you start to like self-deprecate and like start taking jabs at yourself, but really it's just, you know, it's you, so you're always going to think that way. So the biggest obstacle has always been myself, and trying to achieve high standards that you set for yourself.
Where is Goofy Duck dripping all this paint? Where is Goofy Duck?
Always just pay attention more. There's always these cool opportunities going around you, but you're always you want to go really fast and learn things really quick. But like one of the things that I'm learning now, it's like learning to appreciate the fundamentals of learning, like why things work a certain way, why these tools that are just given to us, like the computer, the iPads that you get gifted, and like we take these things we have for granted because they're already built, but like sometimes go back and like understand why things work the way they work, you know? And like the more you can understand how something is built and the fundamentals of it, then the more useful it's going to be to you later. Utilize the tools that are given to us, you know? Like your iPhone is a tool. Like look at it as a thing that you keep in your own tool chest, you know? Like you have these different things like the computer, the pencils, it's all tools towards what your art medium is going to be, you know? It's like, let's see how fast or how far this idea can grow. The internet tool, look at this thing you have in front of you, and it is a tool. The internet is a tool for me, you know? Like I to learn something, I just Google it, and then just if I have trouble on something, I just YouTube it and learn tutorials. Or you can learn anything, and it's that, I guess that goes back to the question, if I were to do anything differently, is just pay attention in school, you know, like listen to the people that are trying to teach you something, and actually appreciate the people providing that information for you.
Where is Goofy Duck dripping all this paint? Where is Goofy Duck dripping all this paint?
I surprisingly wasn't gonna attend college, or I wasn't planning on attending college. Out of high school, I just jumped in and I was like, I gotta make money, and jumped into warehouse work and was just doing that for like 10 years solid. And I just one day I was just like, I can't do it no more. Like there's no moving up in this career, and I needed something different. So I challenged myself, and I went to school for 2.5 years and got my associates in visual communications. Initially, I come from skateboarding, and I was making and editing films, and this trade school that I went to, I thought I was gonna do that, but I ended up doing graphic design instead, and that's where my style developed. I was doing tutorials, and I wasn't able to like understand their tutorials, so I was just kind of bored and did my own thing, and like that's how I developed my style. So it's just like a little happy accident, but like just anything I would struggle on, I would just Google it, like I would YouTube stuff and like just listen to other people talk about what they did, and just did my own thing, you know?
Where is Goofy Rio dripping all this ink? Where
That kind of goes back to question number one, like what's your favorite part of your job? And it's also it's if you combine both those questions, it's like what are the biggest obstacles you face? It's learning how to set your own schedule. You know, there's times to have fun, but there's times to complete a task and a job. So that can become difficult, or that can be really enjoyable. It just depends if how you want to organize your work schedule, and it has become hard because you don't have a boss over your shoulder telling you what to do. You don't have somebody to say, hey, I need this, you know, like you're an artist, so it's like people will be like, oh, they'll give you a time limit, and then you rather do something else, you know. So like for artists, it's like work is boring, so you don't call it work, you just want to do create. But like when it becomes a responsibility, you have to learn how to structure your art and still have fun at the same time, so you create this cool fun balance. So I guess I don't know. Like when your work is enjoyable and fun, you can work 12-hour shifts and you won't even know it because you're just having so much fun. You might go 24 hours and like, but it's like that's not healthy either. Too, you're growing up and you're doing this stuff. You have to like learn to maintain a healthy lifestyle too, and get your hours of sleep, and like learn when to do all nighters and when to just enjoy the day. You know, take time off and like go outside and like be a normal person and a fun human, you know?
Where is Goofy Rio dripping all this ink? Where
Yeah, that's one of the best parts about this job is that you set your own schedule, and as long as there's Wi-Fi and outlets, you can plug in your computer and like still complete the job while out and about, you know? Like you get to go, it doesn't deter you from traveling, you know? You can hook up and just complete jobs, have fun during the day, still explore, and then maybe get an idea. I think that's one of these things with graphic design and like being an independent artist is just sometimes you get stuck on stuff, and you think by staring at the screen that you'll figure it out, but sometimes you just gotta pause your project and go outside and just look at the sky or do like normal things, you know, play basketball, ride a bike, do something to relax your brain a bit and get you away from the project, and then you'll get that idea, and it's like, wow, like if I didn't go out, I wouldn't have gotten that perfect idea or that inspiration for completing that project.
Where is Goofy Rio dripping all this ink? Where is
What did I want to be in middle school? In middle school, I just wanted to be Richie. I just wanted to be the best me, you know? Like I never stressed too much about what a career was gonna be, you know. And like sometimes careers just become, you know. And like as long as you're being productive and being the best you, then you should be okay. Like don't stress too much about finding a career right away. Like you don't want to get stuck doing the wrong thing. You want to give yourself a chance to breathe and be a middle schooler, you know. You want to pay attention to people that are trying to help you. You do want to think about your future and what it can be, but as long as you're doing fun things that are like bringing you happiness and joy, then you should be all right. Like I don't know, like I when I was in middle school, I wasn't thinking about what career I wanted to do, or I was just drawing, and I was just kind of like paying attention to every day and just watching. Like we become products of our inspirations, you know, and like that always stressed me out in school. Like people knowing what they wanted to be, and I never really thought of anything. I'd blank out, or I would like just go in my cocoon and like not know what to do. But it's just when you're still a kid, it's just like realize you're still a kid, so don't put too much pressure into that stuff. You know, that stuff will come for sure, and always think about like, yeah, what can I do, or what can I learn, or always never stop learning, because like I, you know, like people will tell you like school is not cool and all that stuff, but like once you grow up and you're my age, and you kind of realize that we all become teachers. You know, we become maestros, we become people that teach other people how to do stuff. You know, so it's like let's teach people how to be the best them. You know, and like that's what your goal should be, is just being the best you.
Where is Goofy Go dripping all this ink?